I think one of the greatest moments ever, witnessing the birth of my first child. Remember like it was yesterday, we started heading to the hospital. Wife's water breaks in the car, starts screaming, "We're never gonna make it! We're never gonna make it." Finally, I turn to her and I say, "Honey, then drive faster."
Tonight on Laughs, we went all over the country to find you the best stand-up comedians of the week. Now, here's your host, Steve Hofstetter.
Welcome to another fantastic episode of Laughs. We have a killer one for you tonight, and we're going to get it started with a comic from Los Angeles, California. It's Mike Wright.
Huge fan of board games. Love board games. Yeah, Monopoly, Scrabble, Clue. Clue is my favorite board game of all time. I love Clue. Clue is my favorite board game because all the suspects are white. Ooh, I love it. It's great. Even the maid is white. I was like, what? Do we ever have to stop playing this game? My friends were like, who do you think did it? I was like, well, it wasn't me. That's for sure. Not this time. Yeah. You know, I think the reason why all the suspects are white is because, like, you know, no black dude's ever killed anyone in a study with a candlestick. You know what I mean? I think that's right. It's not our MO. You know? Doesn't make for good rap lyrics, you know?
As I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I take a look at my life and realize Google Maps has failed me.
You can do more on Facebook than see what your life would have been like if you had stayed with your ex-girlfriend. It's also where you can watch stand-up clips and get updates from Laughs at facebook.com/LaughsTVShow.
I get a lot of compliments on my glasses. Compliments like, do you know the Wi-Fi password? Guess I look pretty tech savvy. I used to wear contacts a long time ago, and then I switched to glasses. People tell me, you should try contacts again. They made a lot of advances since you wore them last. And I say, oh, did they invent contacts that hide your unibrow? I have one concern when choosing eyewear, and that is frame thickness. I gotta hide this caterpillar, and I can't wear a headband every day. Could I pluck my eyebrows? No. Can't do that, because I've made an agreement. I've agreed not to pluck my eyebrows, and my eyebrows have agreed not to team up with my beard to swallow my face while I'm sleeping. I'm on their turf. I had even bigger glasses in high school. They were like big bay window-sized lenses. Confused sparrows would fly into them. I couldn't get a date to the high school prom, and my mom told me, I find it hard to believe that the handsomest boy in school can't get a date to the prom. Wow. Changed the way I looked at things. Next day, I went to school, and I marched right up to the handsomest boy, and I said, hey, Mom told me you don't have a date either.
I recently went to Cairo, and that is an awesome city. You should go. Crazy traffic gridlock everywhere, day and night. And I asked my aunt, I was like, what happens if you have a heart attack? How does the ambulance save you? And she was like, no, you die. What? Can you imagine if that happened here? You call 911 and they're like, no, you die. I didn't even tell you what's wrong yet. Time of death, 2:38.
And now, Mad as Hell with Tom Simmons.
Your bumper sticker has a direct correlation to whether I let you merge or not, okay? telling you, people are crazy. I was behind a lady in a minivan here in Atlanta. She had 7 different anti-abortion bumper stickers on her van, right? 7. The first 6 aren't enough to convey your opinion, you know? The 7th one's gonna magically flip somebody's opinion around. You know, I didn't know how I felt about God or abortion, but I got behind a minivan today in traffic and I did some reading. Woo-hoo. 7 of them? You shouldn't be able to be that pro-life unless you've worked for at least 2 years at Chuck E. Cheese, okay? Other than that, 3 bumper stickers max, you know? And if I'm behind you, some of the bumper stickers I actually agree with, but if I'm behind you long enough in traffic, I'm gonna find some things to disagree with, you know? Abortion stops a beating heart, true, but so do cheeseburgers. Where's that bumper sticker? Choose life, that's a good one. The one that always stops me is God is pro-life. How do you declare that God is pro-life with that kind of certainty when every living creature ever created dies? How pro-life, he sent Jesus here to die. How pro-life is that? Right, I have a brother-in-law who's a preacher in North Carolina. I'm picking his brain one Thanksgiving. I'm like, Randy, seriously, I've been struggling with this. If God is all-powerful, and it's important to him that I believe a specific way so I can get into heaven, why did you just make me? Wouldn't that be easier? He's like, yeah, Tom, that would be easier, but God wants you to choose. So he's pro-choice?
Have something funny to share on Twitter? You could use a carrier pigeon, or you can use #LaughsTV. Both tweet, but only one leaves behind a mess.
I found out in this country, people are so affectionate. They like to hug, shake hand. In my country, we are not. So whenever we drop the ecstasy, we bow the crap out of each other. Like this. Thank you. That joke was A+. I'm Asian, I grade myself. My ex was like, hey, I want to hear you speak Japanese. That turns me on. I'm like, why don't you go to Chinatown? You don't know the difference. He's like, come on, I want to hear it. So I'm like, あなたと一緒にやってグリーンカードもわからないの? He's like, what did you say? I'm really turned on. I said, I'm with you just for the green card. I did that joke in Latino crowd. Everybody got quiet.
This comedian's known as the Big Funny. You'll see why. It's Travis Simmons.
I've been trying to figure out where a lot of the gay hate comes from, the Bible. And what I figured out is this. If you don't believe people are born gay, then you have to believe people turn gay. Now your stupid ass is in fear of turning gay. But nobody told you how you turn gay, so it could be anything. You could be watching the football game, they leave the camera on the huddle a little too long. And you feel a tingle. I don't like the word racist because the word racist sounds too much like scientists. It sounds like you thought some through, but you didn't. And it's very easy to not be racist. Before I moved to Seattle, I used to believe that all Asian people looked the same until I got an Asian friend. Then I saw another Asian person and I said to myself, hey, that ain't Steve.
And now, Young as Hell with Taylor Tomlinson.
I'm not very good at dating. I'm a little vindictive. I'm a little defensive. I was on a date with a guy last week. Yeah, already back out there. Go me. I did meet someone new. He's great, too. Way too good for me. And pretty soon he's going to figure that out. But by that point, I will know all of his passwords. So, doesn't matter. I was on a date with this guy, though. He told me I was hard to read. I'm like, maybe you're dyslexic. Think about that. Never gonna work out with him either, though, because he told me he wanted to have 8 kids. 8. I was like, with who? I'm not letting 8 people walk out of me. No, thank you. Oh, not good. I didn't even know what to say. He's like, 8 kids. I just started stretching. I was like, oh, yeah.
Coming up, Rob Hayes, Sam Damaris, Connor McSpadden, and more, Jeff Dwoskin. Don't like like us, send your hate mail to stevehassenpfeffer@hotmail.com.
Welcome back to Laughs. From Atlanta, Georgia, time for some Rob Hayes.
There's some things I thought we would have by now that we don't have. Like, I thought we would have flying cars. But if flying cars came out today, I'd be pissed off. Because that means it'd be a long time before I'd be able to get a flying car. Like, for me to have a flying car today, I would need flying cars to come out around 1998, 1999. That way I could have a nice quality used flying car. Like, flying cars came out today, it'd just be a bunch of rich jerks in the sky just experimenting. Like, I don't know if you ever been on the highway by yourself, but that's when you decide to try stuff out. That's when you're like, let me see if I can send this whole paragraph. Let me see if I can take off my sweatshirt and not kill anybody. That's the type of stuff they be doing in the sky. Then after that, then girls would just come out the club looking straight up. I'd be like, hey, I'm down here, baby. Like, no, I'm trying to get a baller. All the ballers in the sky, I'm trying to get me a baller. And after that, then the police would get flying cars, and that would suck. Because they would paint the bottom to look like the sky. And then they would just drop down and pull you over. Like, man, I thought it was a nice day. It's definitely not.
The IRS Facebook page has 31,000 likes. Our Facebook page only has 3,000 likes. What the heck, you guys? They audit you and make your life miserable while we post funny jokes every single day. Are you kidding me? I'm not mad, just disappointed.
So I recently got to spend a week of my life I will never get back touring through the lovely states of Idaho and Montana. Yeah, if you don't know anything about those two places, let me tell you this. If you don't like black people, you should look into real estate in Idaho and Montana. Because you could see me from space. Look, I always know when I get somewhere there's not a lot of other black people there, because whenever I see another black person, they're way too happy to see me. Like, I see another black dude in Chicago, I say, what's up? He says, what's up? End of conversation. Not in Idaho, saw one black dude in 5 days. Second he laid eyes on me, he just, ooh. Come here.
Just 21 years old from Chino, California, here's our pick for this week's next big thing, Connor McSpadden.
One of my first times on stage, I was like 16 years old. I got heckled by a cholo wearing an eye patch. How terrifying is that? I was like, wow, bro, you don't just like the Raiders, you are one. My first girlfriend got over there was Mexican. She was a great girlfriend. I love Mexican women, very beautiful, very passionate. You just gotta be careful though. Guys, never get your heart broken by a Mexican girl because they have so few last names, you'll just be reminded of her everywhere you go. I like being in an interracial relationship because it's like new and exciting, right? It's a stimulating experience when you meet their family. You're learning stuff about a different culture. It's interesting. But when you date another white person, it's just like somebody added a bunch of weirdos to your existing family. I like to play a game every time I visit my Latino girlfriend's house. You guys can do it at home. If you ever visit a Latino or Hispanic household, the game is called Count the Jesuses. Very fun. Right? It's like Jesus hanging up in the hallway, Jesus throw pillow, Jesus shot glass, Jesus refrigerator magnet, her brother Jesus. There's a statue of Jesus on the front lawn, bake Jesus into a cake, there's a Jesus shower curtain, and a Jesus tattooed on grandma's neck. Wow, 15 Jesuses.
From West Bloomfield, Michigan, it's Jeff Dwoski.
Adopted a kitten recently at the Humane Society. I don't know if you've ever done that. You can't just go there, grab a kitten, and run. They put you through a strict adoption process because they want to be damn sure that putting this kitten in my care is a better option than their 7-day death sentence. They take it real seriously. The woman looks at me and says, "Sir, kittens can live to be 18 years of age. Are you prepared for that type of commitment?" I said, "Ma'am, my mother-in-law is allergic to cats. It's welcome to live as long as it wants."
Coming up next on Laughs, David Britton. Then Anthony Capper sings a song about the D.
Welcome back to the #1 rated show on TV. Go with it. It's Laughs.
I did have to break up with my girlfriend recently because she broke up with me. And it's the one thing I won't tolerate in a woman. She pushed me too far, you guys. I'm just kidding. We're actually still together. I just wrote that joke 6 months ago, and I'm tired of waiting. I'll tell you guys this story. It's kind of a messed up story, but it happened to me. A couple weeks ago, I had a registered sex offender come to my house and knock on my door to tell me he lives next to me now. Because I guess that's like a real law, that if you're a registered sex offender and you move, you're legally obligated to let your new neighbors know that you live next to them now. And I'm sure that would have been upsetting for any of you to have heard, but it was especially upsetting for me because I misunderstood what registered sex offender meant. So I was just like, you can just sign up to do that to people?
Hey, Sherman, what's up?
Oh, not much.
What's wrong? You seem kind of down.
My parents are fighting again.
Oh no! What's wrong? Sherman's sad. His parents are fighting.
Well, you know, when I'm upset, I like to stand alone in the corner because it feels like the walls are hugging me.
Oh. Don't be sad. Cheer up, Sherman. You'll be all right, Sherman. Be fine. Yeah, cheer up.
I've got an idea. I'll play a song to cheer you up.
A song? Love songs. Let's all sing along.
A is for apples, they are delicious, and they're also very good for you. B is for balloons at your birthday party, that was a good one, everybody danced. C is for cookies, they are so tasty, but they're just a sometime snack. And D is for divorce, that your parents filed for. Yeah, D is for divorce, they don't love each other anymore. E is for every time that you're with them, all they do is fight and fight all day.
So, Sherman, do you feel better now?
No.
When we come back, Olivia Harewood and Willis Turner. For your viewing pleasure, more laughs.
Whenever I'm feeling bad or I'm feeling like kind of lost, I'll also go to my grandma. My grandma's amazing. She's like 90 years old. I love her so much. I call her Gram, or Grammy Gram, or Graham Cracker, because she's white. So when I have a question, I'll be like, listen, Graham Cracker, do you think I'm immature? And I don't know if you guys know anybody in their 90s, but everything they say is genius. Or it's nonsense. And sometimes you get both. So she said to me, Olivia, just be yourself. Because nobody else can be you. And I was like, wow, thanks, that's great advice. And then she said, now hurry up and take these M&Ms for a walk.
My dad had one motto for Christmas. My dad's motto for Christmas is, you get what you get. And that's how he would say it too. Boy, you get what you get. I'm like, could you not gyrate in front of me like that? It's making me uncomfortable. You get what you get. So one Christmas, I go down to open my gifts. I open it. It's a G.I. Joe with a kung fu grip, choking a Viet Cong. I'm like, where did you get this? You think just about anywhere, not so. I bought the G.I. Joe, but I made the Viet Cong. You see the way the eyes are bulging out, boy? That's American craftsmanship. Next year, can you look at my Christmas list?
That's been our show. Told you it was a great one. Thanks for watching. Have a good night.